Hi, I wanted to show you a couple of scripts that I developed for Adobe InDesign users that are dealing with large and complex documents with loads of styles. The main issue with those documents are that they sometimes are a bit disorganized when it comes to styles. So we have here this simple sample document, and you will have to forgive me. My application language is Swedish, my native language. So some dialogues and so on you will see will be in Swedish, but I'll try to translate them into English, and I'm sure you can follow along. So we have a heading here. It's styled with a paragraph style called H1, heading 1. So let's assume now that we need to change this. So I choose to edit, and I will go for a simple change. I just changed the font color. That's fine. This is what I wanted. The problem now is that the same change also rippled through some other paragraph styles, namely H2 and H3, because they are based on H1. And that's a very useful feature, of course, because that allows us to change, let's say, a font family so that it changes in all those styles at the same time. But it also creates a risk that we inadvertently create changes we don't want to. And this is why I have developed a script that's called Style Report, because it will show you how different styles relates to each other. So when I click on it, it gives me a control to make sure that the document is saved and so on for security reasons. It gives me the option to create this in a report in two different modes. Let's choose Inheritance Viewer. And we choose paragraph styles, character styles, and we also have some other options. So when we create the script, run the script, it creates the report and opens the report automatically, and it shows us the inheritance chain here, so that we can see that here we have a list of our paragraph styles. They are all based on the non-paragraph style, which what you see here is the Swedish localized name for the non-paragraph styles. And the base style, and then we have H1, and on H1, H2, and H3 are also based. We also have a way of looking or making clearer what the relationship is and which one is parent and which one is child. Now let's turn to a more complex document, a real-life document. These are for some educational books, a couple of 100 pages, and as you see, a vastly more complicated and long list of different styles. And sometimes you can even have documents with hundreds of styles. So let's now choose this, and we can also include some other types of styles. And this time we will choose Group View. So it lists all those styles, and we have some options to expand and collapse all and so on. And what we see here are paragraph style groups, pretty much the same way you see it in InDesign. And we have the name of our paragraph styles, and if our styles use some nested styles or grep styles and so on. We also have our character styles here. So let's say I click on a character style. What happens then is that it highlights all the instances and all the styles that make use of that paragraph style. Which means, of course, that if I change this style, it will also affect all the other styles. And we have a couple of other ways to display how these hierarchies work and so on. So just a way to make it easier. We also can search styles names. So let's say I search for fakta, which is Swedish for fact. You see that we all have all these styles. And as you see here, we have object styles. One of the object styles uses a paragraph style. If I click on that paragraph style will be highlighted here. So that's basically the rough idea of the script. You have two modes, one that shows the inheritance and the other one that displays a little bit more information and can relate nested styles to paragraph styles and so on. So this will give you an overview, and when you change a paragraph style, you can see what other styles it may affect. The same also goes for other items that can have a hierarchical relationship, such as object styles, table styles, cell styles, and so on. So, and likewise, if I click on a table style, it will list the cell styles included, and if I click on a particular cell style, I can see which table styles you make use of that, and so on. Likewise with parent pages, since they too can have a hierarchical view. Now let's look on another option that we have when we are choosing, for instance, inheritance view. That is to have the report style as an organization chart, or similar to an organization chart. For this time I will only choose to do it for character styles. And what we have here is that it shows us a different kind of tree to show us the relationship between those styles. And I can also use these blocks view or names view only. So the paragraph style fact sheet tips is based on fact sheet, and that in turn is based on none. So that's the basic idea of these scripts. They create reports of all your styles or various other things. If you are like me, that you manage complex documents and you need to have them in sync or may have them logically named and so on, there's also a companion script. So let's choose this simple document now and turn to the other script called style names find replace, which basically does exactly that. It allows you to search for, let's say, a particular phrase or part of a phrase, in this case H and a space, and replace that with heading and a space. And I can choose which styles or which type of objects should be affected, and whether it should be affected only in the current document or on all open documents. So if you have a set of templates that require matching names for all the styles, this is an easy way to maintain name changes across documents. So when I clicked it, it gives me a summary of how many styles were renamed, and if some names for some reason or another couldn't be renamed, such as that it's locked or something like that. So now we changed the style to heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, which may be easier to read. So there you have it, 2 scripts for managing complex documents with loads of styles. Totally free to use, and you can download them from my website and use them as much as you like. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.